So he's had his little walk, had a little stretch, got his breath back. I think I'm going to do a little bit of baby shoulder in. Again, it makes him supple through the rib cage. It gets him listening on my aids, and then when I take him competing and we see something that's really scary, like a big scary gremlin, I can pop him in a little bit of baby shoulder 4 and hopefully keep his attention. So we'll pick up the trot, hind legs trot first. Good boy, nice connection. Good. And I find often with babies, they feel so much better after they've had a little walk. So if you're training your young horse and it's starting to feel rubbish, quick walk, pick up, you'll probably find they feel much better. So what I tend to do is I do a nice circle. I don't do it on the track because I think they can get quite nervous learning something on the fence in case they bang themselves, because they don't have control over their limbs all that well right at the beginning. I start my slight little bit of shoulder 4 on the turn. That's it. So it's a bit wobbly. There we go. So my inside leg, it's meant to be on the girth and it's nowhere near the girth, so I better do that again. I'm going to blame my new boots. I'm trying to break them in. Try again. Sorry, Maverick. I'll give you the right aid. So turning, asking on the turn, inside leg forward, outside rein on. That's it. Now that's just a little bit of resistance because he's having to find his balance in the rest of his body and not his neck. So that's totally normal. I'm not going to worry about it. I just turn him into a circle. I make sure I'm not blocking, I'm not carrying him. I do a little bit of baby shoulder 4 again. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then straighten.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Hola. Hola. This is Backfire. He's a 9-year-old KWPN stallion who came to me as a naughty horse. He came as a rearer. And to discipline him out of the rearing, we pushed him forward and canted him away every time he tried to rear, which, as you saw earlier, has now left us with a little bit of forward issues as opposed to standing on his hind legs. But this is all the beginnings of trying to keep his brain in his head and not in his man bits. He currently show jumps at fox hunter level. We're hoping to get him out at to 1 star this season. And with the help of Roger Gregory, we're going to aim for novice and elementary freestyle music.
So we're now added in a second element to make it a bounce distance. It's just on 4 of my yards, like a short fall. And depending how he jumps it, I'll decide whether to lengthen it or shorten it, but this is what I've started on. And that was really good for him to have to think quite quickly, get his brain in gear. He was clever there. We went on the Vesta stride. Good boy. So I've got to remember to keep an eye on my fence all the way around the corners. Huh? Good boy. I come once more. I'm really focused on keeping more in the middle. He's finding that distance plenty long enough, so we could probably afford to shorten it up a little bit for a big horse. That's better. For a big horse, he doesn't actually take very big strides, which is quite interesting. I think perhaps because he's quite lazy.
And back down to trot. A little quicker back up to the canter. Very good. So just a few steps of the trot now and back to the canter. So it's quite a good exercise for her to build muscle up. A strengthening exercise. Two. Very good. I'm going to try the diagonal line, transition to trot, and then when I'm ready, but very nice. Left leg. Super. Again, she's still just drawing back a little bit in her neck, Like just try and work gradually on that. Again, it's a strength thing with her predominantly. But trying just to put that neck a little deeper before the transition. So again, because she had that spook there before, just being a little bit tough with that left leg and really looking where I'm going. So not looking down. It's very easy for them to just bit by bit take over if you're not looking where you're going.